I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. If you know that you're here for more, that you're here for a life's purpose, like you're on planet Earth, you're here for this life's purpose, it's bigger than you, but it's pretty incomprehensible and it's frustrating that you don't know what it is. You are grafting, you are doing the work outside of yourself, and you are constantly being left with this feeling of, yes, but this isn't it. There's more and I'm meant to access it. Welcome, you are here on purpose and I'm so excited for you to be. We're going to get weird and we're going to go in ways that your brain's not going to want to. If you're anything like me, which I'm guessing that you are, you have a very strategic, logical, I can crush it, give me the strategy, give me the objectives, tell me what to do, and I will go away and do it. And I'm going to give you that. There are 7 steps to this work, and I am giving you hard, tangible, linear, follow these things, and you will get to that point. But the point of it is, I don't know what your point is. And there is a part of this is where it gets real weird. If you're not up for a bit of real weird in a really just strategic, logical way, then this isn't going to be helpful. But there's this part of you that is born knowing. Just like your fingerprint is this unique fingerprint, your DNA is this unique fingerprint. The whole reason that you're placed here, the 400 trillion to 1 odds of you being plopped on this planet, is already written. It already is. Now your job is to get out of your brain for long enough to allow that message, that intel, that notion to be able to come forward, and then be able to get out of your brain long enough to be like, that sounds insane. I can't possibly do that. Everybody in my industry will have something to say about it. Anybody that knows me and respects me on any level is going to think that I am nuts and I've lost the plot. My friends are going to disown me. My husband's going to leave me. Or is that just my brain? You have to then be able to tell your brain to shut the fuck up for long enough to allow that part of you to lead. That's what we do in this world. I show you how to manifest the work you're here to do in 7 strategic step 0 woo, all the magic. So if that sounds like your gem on toast, this video is going to be really helpful. And Tell Anxiety to Fuck Off is my social media. Follow along there. I share lots of gold, I hope. Let me know if it's not gold and what kind of gold you want. The way that I look at the answers, the thing that gives me more intel and insight into go this way, this is the route. If you're just like Alice and you see all these arrows and you're like, I don't know which way to go, it's because you're not able to tell your brain to shut up for a sec, to get into the depth of the self, so that then you can surrender. The 7th step in all of this work is to surrender. So there's 7 steps in total, and that is step 6, and then the 7th one is surrender. If I could just say to your conscious brain, step out the way, shut the fuck up, surrender to this deeper part of you that already knows, there would be no need for my work, because you would surrender, you would get intel, you'd be brave enough to go away and do it, and that cycle would repeat until you're like, oh my God, it's so clear what I am here to do. Unfortunately, or I don't know, fortunately, it's pretty cool being a human, isn't it? And fucked up at the same time. That doesn't happen. You don't want to surrender. Nobody wants to surrender. We all want to be in control. We all want to plan. We all want a strategy. We all want to know what the hell's going on all of the time. We want to control it. We want to be in the driver's seat. And yet that just keeps us in the same comic loops with the same stuff happening over and over again, because we're in the conscious mind, and the conscious mind only deals with what it has experienced up to this point, and you want to experience more. So we need to tap into this, and I always look at it like this little gremlin being that's under a trapdoor in the subconscious, which is the super conscious, God, the universe, feminine, intuition, whatever you want to call it. Your answers are already written right there. Now, your job is to tell your brain to shut up for long enough so you can gain access to that point. And I'm going to show you exactly how in a really brief overview of the 7 steps that I teach. Having a PDF of the book or buying this, you can get it on Amazon. I will happily send you a free ebook if that feels good. Knowing all the 7 steps in details is most helpful. Using the piggyback sensory experience is going to be reminding your conscious brain over and over, like, oh yeah, remember, it's surrender, because we want to get into that superconscious. We want to get into subconscious source. We want to get all those answers from there that don't make any logical sense. And we want to have enough bravery within us and this intuitive feeling that I don't get it, but that's what I'm meant to do, to allow it to be birthed into the world, so that then it compounds and it just grows in the most profound ways. For that to happen, surrender is inevitable. No, not inevitable, because it's not inevitable. It's the hardest thing in the world for any human. Surrender is what we have to work to. but none of us are sitting around being like, I really want to surrender. We're all like, I want to be in control. I want to know what's happening, on what day, how it's happening, how much is coming in, how much is going out, how many. So when you are at a point where you can feel yourself wanting to control and you can feel yourself wanting to do, give me the shit, I'm going to do it. When I sit down, I'm like, with a notebook, usually it's a new one, I'm like, I'm going to figure this out because it's time. I have to do this now. I have to get this now. I have to know this now, or I'm just about to buy another course, or I'm just about to do something. I remind myself, distance. When in doubt, Emma, distance. That is the epitome. This is going to change everything. You're going to get access to subconscious source directly. You're going to get that blueprint, and only in whispers and nudges and not in any of the ways that you want to, which is very annoying. And yet that is the way it works. If you want to find your gift and your purpose, get used to being annoyed with the whole process. It doesn't get any simpler. Tapping into that place requires 6 things. And then on the 7th step, surrender becomes inevitable, but only when you do these 6 things. And I'm going to take you through the 6 things overview right now so that you can create distance. So that you can, when you're in doubt, you're like, right, give me my steps. Because I need to surrender, because I need to create distance, because all I want to do is control the fuck out of this situation, and it's not helping. So I'm going to take you through each of the 7 steps. I'm going to give you the brief overview that you need. If you want the book, message me. Instagram is the most helpful place. I can send you the book. If you want the overview that I've put and then I've added this file to it and some extra intel, then you can message me and say, Emma, you're waffling on my podcast, or send me the book emoji and I'll send it to you. So let me get to the right point. Step 1 is Mind on Mute Monday. Now you can read all about Monkey Bob and get some context, or maybe you know it and I've sent this to you because I love you, Katie. I pretty much made this off the back of us speaking together. The first thing you need to do to create the distance so you inevitably surrender, so you inevitably get the answer, and then you want to do with energy and not, oh, fuck, I should do this, is notice the thought. Bob is the bobbing thoughts in your head, and there is going to be primarily a thought that comes before everything else. It might be that you notice the thought retrospectively, but number 1 is to notice the thought. And when you notice this thought, the second thing that I want you to do is notice where the trigger comes up inside your body. Notice the trigger. Track that trigger inside your body so you can see the thought, and then it is going to be presenting somewhere inside your body. Put your hand on that body part. That body part is triggered. It is an energetic mass, and it is saying to you, I am not comfortable with this. This doesn't feel good. You're missing something. You're trying to go away and be busy and do, when actually the thing that you are being called to do is to be with whatever the fuck this is. Now, Bob, step 1, the green conscious monkey mind, is going to want to understand it. And that's where you are fucking yourself in the ass without lube. Don't know how that's possible. Well, kind of do. When you're trying to negotiate and understand with Bob, watch, back to step 1, the green monkey Bob. Watch how much he has to say. And he will never land on something. He'll always bounce around it. Well, maybe this. Maybe we should do this. What have you thought about this angle? Well, maybe they wanted. And you're just doing this and doing this. And then watch that trigger, that second step, the orange triggered toad, how that intensifies. Because the thought create the feeling. I always go to my gut because that's where anxiety is for me. That's when I know that I am really in doubt and I need to make some distance. So I watch that. I put my hand on it. I'm like, aha. Okay, I want to do here. I want an answer. I want to understand, when actually I'm being called to be. Let's make some distance. Let me feel that. Then the third element of this is to say out loud what that judgment is, what that belief is, because our thoughts and our feelings create a belief. That's it. Now, those thoughts and feelings are often projected from everybody around us, mainly when the grown-ups when we were little, and the teachers and the parents and the siblings and whoever it is. The thought triggers a chemical response inside the body, which we identify as a feeling. Those two things together, we affirm a belief around them, and that's Francis. And they're very, very rarely are they positive. Unless that you can really tell your brain to fuck off, very rarely do those two things come together and you're like, oh my God, I feel amazing. It's like, oh, I'm never going to find the thing that I'm here for. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I'm not brave enough. I'm too shy. I'm too loud, or whatever it is. There is the thought and the feeling come together, and then Francis, the fucker, makes a judgment, makes a belief around it. When you can track those things happening in real time, maybe retrospectively, maybe in real time, and you'll get better and better identifying this thought creates this feeling inside my body, which creates this belief. Okay, now I fucking see you. Another one will come up. But the more you create this system, which is a piggyback sensory hack system, the more quickly you can be onto these patterns and beliefs. So then once you can hear the thought, feel it inside your body, see that judgment, then you're going to really be with it. You're going to physically put your hand on that part of the body, and you are going to not be thankful that it's there because it feels like shit. That's like psycho positive thinking stuff. But thankful that you can identify this, that you have the heightened awareness to be like, oh, I can create distance. That's what all of this is about. I can be objective and I can see all of this going on inside me. I'm pretty pleased about that because it's been happening underneath, unbeknownst to me. Fucking me in the arse with that loop. And now I see it. That feels pretty good. And you place your hand on it and you're like, okay, I can see this. Now, the next part of this is the Feel It Friday, the brave buffalo. Feel it, for fuck's sake. When you can feel the judgment, be glad that you are like handling this like absolute boss, then you've got to be brave. Your brain is going to give you the job to create more of those same feelings, to create more of that same judgment. You have got to catch that. You've got to be brave. It's either going to throw at the ball or you're going to avoid the whole situation and go do something useful. Go and be busy. Go and do something which is in the same comic patterns. Rolling around again and again and again and again. Maybe it's just blind, numb scrolling on your phone. Maybe it's going and cleaning something. Maybe it is going to send the emails or do the washing that you haven't done for a week, and all of a sudden now is the perfect time to do it. Be brave. Be brave and do the same moves you're very good at doing already. That's not being brave. Be brave and stay inside this absolute hellhole of discomfort that you would like to do anything other than, which is so weird. This is going to change your world very quickly. You're going to become more and more hyper aware of what's going on inside you. I see it. Then, after you've been brave, sixth step is there's a brave buffalo. The sixth step is you sit with it. That means you stay for longer than is comfortable. When I was breastfeeding my twins, the midwife said to me, never give up in the dead of night, because that's the easiest place to give up. Be brave. See the light of day. See through to morning. And that stuck with me. And be brave and stay with that sensation till it crescendos. It might feel so intense. It can make you feel sick. I've been sick. I've had sweat like beading down off here. And I'm like, it's not even a hot day. What the fuck is going on? I won't do anything other than sit with that god-awful sensation. Breathe. And I know that's a really odd thing to say, but your breath is what connects you to this quantum, to this universe, to everything, the aliveness that is you and everything else. When you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, and if it's getting intense, do an extra big breath. So in through the nose all the way to the tippity top, and then in again, and then a slow exhale out. Stay with your breath. And the rule is, like my breastfeeding days, stay longer than you want to. Finish when you're like, oh, I'm okay to sit here for a minute now. When it's getting to that crescendo of like, oh, why does this feel so uncomfortable? Stay. You have to stay. You have to be the brave buffalo. Sit, breathe, allow it to be. And then everything will just come to a point where you go, oh, okay. That is the point where you have created the distance, that is the point when you have surrendered. And we think surrender is just something that you just don't do. We just don't know that because we're so busy. We're so good at being busy. I just like it. We convince ourselves that is not the state of being that you are meant to operate out of. That's why life is going the way it is, and life is feeling the way it is, even if it looks shiny on the outside. It feels this way because you do not trust in the infinite intelligence that allowed you to go from being one cell to attract another to be able to procreate into becoming a human. It's like the brain is going, yeah, I know it can do all of that. I know it can breathe and heal without any kind of instruction, but in life, I need to be in charge. No, you don't. No, you don't. And for me, it took lower body paralysis to force me to realize you are not meant to be in charge here. Can you please not step aside? Let me do it. So the overview being, when in doubt, create distance. The access codes to everything that you are here to do lie in subconscious source. You can only access subconscious source when you surrender, and you don't want to surrender. And if you think, oh, I'm just not that person, if you've got this far, you know you're meant to. We're 16 minutes in. You're for reals. The idea of surrender makes you want to be sick on your feet, and yet you know you cannot keep operating this way. So the recap: notice the thought, track the feeling inside your body. What belief are those two things peddling? Be happy that you can notice that, or just give yourself a little pat on the back, being like, oh shit, I'm not trying to run away from this. This means I'm going to make it different. Cool. Then you got to be brave. Stay with that. Put your hand on whatever that area is inside your body where it's trying to communicate this is in the way. It's blocking the path to super consciousness. You're stuck in your conscious mind. Let it through. And then sit with that, and sit for it for a second longer than you want to. Sit for it for as long as you possibly humanly can. It will dissipate. And when it's dissipated, you've eradicated it. It's a karmic loop that is broken. It is out of your psyche eternally. You will never, ever have to do it ever again. I promise. And then surrender. You make space. Viktor Frankl says, between the stimulus and the response, there is a space. That's what we're creating. And then in that space lies your choice. And in that choice lies your freedom. So Viktor Frankl had bloody god-awful experience in concentration camps that forced him to need to make that space. We're not in that circumstance unless you want to wait for paralysis or something awful, because that's unfortunately what happens. Or you're like, okay, cool. I can get down with this. There could be a different way to go about this. I'm going to look to make that space. In that space lies distance. Distance, you can create choice, you can surrender, and you will gain more and more access to the actual thing that you are here to do in completely nonsensical ways. But that is a video for another day. I hope that is helpful. If you haven't got the book and you want to get it, you can just find it on Amazon. I love a hard copy of a book. If you want the ebook, then message me over at Tell Anxiety to Fuck Off, and I will send it to you. And if you would like the supporting document that goes with this video, again, find me on Instagram and send me a little book emoji, and I will send all the things to you. Thanks for being here. Okay, love you. Bye.